Happy Saturday, and I hope you're enjoying an amazing weekend, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me again this week, and you're getting the video from a different angle today. I'm outside. It is 90 degrees in my area, but I tell you, there's the most beautiful breeze blowing, and so I decided to come out and enjoy it while I share this week's topic with you. And thank you for all those who have reached out and given me feedbacks on the video so far. One of the things I've gotten is that the videos are too long. Very good points, but people says my message is too long. So I'm going to try to keep it short this week. I'm going to build on something which I've been posting on all week, and that is about friendship. A very important aspect of our lives, and especially our lives as women. For men too, it's important, but just a really vital part of our time here on this planet, that relationship. So next to our family, I think our friends impact our lives most, right? Church communities definitely do, or other social groups that we're a part of, but we do build friendships through that. So I want to talk about friendship this week. First of all, my most important thing that I would share about that is to have a friend. You gotta be a friend. So one of the questions I always ask myself is, would I want to be my own friend, right? I think that's such an important question, is would you want to be your own friend? Would you want a friend like you? And so if you can say yes to that, kudos to you. If not, there's a couple things you need to change. And I think that you yourself as a person, if you examine yourself, knows exactly what things you could change there to make you a better friend. And how we are as a friend and changes, and what we want from our friendship changes as we go through different seasons in life. So I find that in my earlier years, I used to get punished for leaving home and going to visit with friends because I just loved friends so much. My mom used to say, Maya, I never know anybody who loves to be on the streets. And it wasn't because I loved being on the streets, it's because I loved people and I loved friendships. And so I would be on the streets, really. But truth be told, that as time goes on, at that time you have a lot of friends, right? And then as time goes on, it gets less and less and less. And I will say, in this later stage in life, that you have even less friends, that your friendship circle becomes really, really small, and you start wondering, is it something about you? But then you realize that it's not about you, that's a natural behavior of the seasons of life and the seasons of friendships. So your circle gets very small, either intentionally sometimes, or sometimes just by nature. Sometimes you are the person who lets other people go, and sometimes other people let you go. So another important thing that I want to talk about today is about, and I brought it up this week in my Facebook post, is about allowing people to leave your table, right? I always think about life as this room that we come in to dine, and man, there's so much in there. And lots of people walk in with us, and I like to borrow this from biblical verse, that things are for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And so every category of person who passes your way, I don't think that anybody passes your way without purpose. There's a purpose for everyone who passes your way. And so some people are for a reason, and I want you to thank them. I've learned how to say thank you for the reason you passed through my life. Some people for a season, a little bit longer, a little bit more to learn from that, a little bit more to enjoy, a little bit more to glean, and a little bit more for you to live in their lives, right? And then there's friends who come with you through lifetimes. No matter what happens, you don't see each other for years, but you catch up, and you just kind of live up right from where you were last time. And those people, no matter what life throws at you, they are there. No matter what season you're on, you've moved distance, events. Sometimes you go through some seasons where you disagree, but you can come back into agreement and discuss that. And so I think that in accepting that, that's the natural progression of life, the natural progression of friendship. Be grateful for everybody who passes through your life. And that when you're ready to let someone go, or when someone else chooses to let you go, that you learn to be grateful. Look back at what they gave you and what you gave to them, and be grateful for that. And all in all, I'm just trying to keep this at 5 minutes. So I want to say, just value your friendships. Be a good friend if you want to have a friend. And every one of us has some friends. And so I want to tell you this week, just sit for a moment, thank God for the friendships that you have, and just reach out to your friends and let them know. Even the ones who just passed through, maybe just let them know. Thank them for where they were, what they did in your life, and what they contributed to your life. All right, have a great week ahead. Thanks for catching up.